Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be looking at Marvel Masterworks The Mighty Thor Volume 19. This is the most recent volume of Thor. It is not that new. It's new to me, but it is the latest release. There isn't any others scheduled to come out that I'm aware of. So if you want the most recent one, this is the one to get. It contains issues number 291 through 302, written by Roy Thomas and drawn by Keith Pollard. Here are the issues on the back. This also contains issue 300 of Thor, so if you like those milestone issues, there you go. My problem with this when I got it was it's torn up here. It wasn't quite glued properly. It's not the fault of the seller, it's manufacturing defect. I could return it, but honestly, it only affects a few pages, and I basically paid a used price for it, so I'm not gonna complain. It doesn't interfere with my turning the pages. As you can see, it's not really that big of a deal. Do I like it? No, but hey, I'm not gonna worry about it. So. This continues on from volume 18, all the stories that were going on in those issues. I forgot to tell you, these issues are from January of 1980 through December of 1980. So this is the beginning of the 80s. This is my era of comics. I was into collecting comics back then. I read a few Thors. Thor wasn't big on my list. Here's the origin of Odin. I've come to appreciate Thor more as an adult. I think as a kid, Thor was a little harder to understand for me, a little too wordy. When as a kid, I was looking for superhero action, and it's not that Thor doesn't deliver that. He certainly does. But I think it was too thee, thine, and thou type of dialogue for me as a kid. But I do like Thor. As an adult, I have definitely come to appreciate him. So this is the latest Thor issues. 1980s. Like I say, Keith Pollard does all the work, so it's his run continuing. Here's issue 300. 1980. 75 cents for a comic back then. I remember these when a Toys R Us shopping spree ads. Remember those. Never won one. I don't know anyone who ever did, but my gosh, a $3,000 shopping spree at Toys R Us. As a kid, I would have been all over that. Oh, we got the Destroyer. So if you like the Norse mythology and magic and mysticism of the mighty Thor from the Marvel Universe, it's definitely worth picking up as Thor enters the 1980s. Let's see what kind of extras we've got in the back. I don't think we've got a lot of extras. There's a couple house ads from '79. There's an editorial by Mark Gruenwald. There's some original art by Keith Pollard. There's a color guide for for Thor 302. More color guides. That was it. So it's kind of short on extras. The biggest deal about this one is Thor number 300. So whether you want to pick this up or not, really, I'm going to say it just depends on how big of a Thor fan you are. If you're new to Thor, this is not the one to start with. But if you're like me and you've been collecting Thor, then obviously this is a no-brainer. This is pickup time. Definitely get a copy of it. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you real soon.